teaching the students, let's say school students, about design, the understanding of design.
It was a very big journey because I felt I was being cheated while I was in school by teaching unnecessary stuff, which is what I believe. Because if I have to become a designer, a lot of the things I learned for 12 years is redundant for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah, accept it. I don't have to remember the time Panipat war happened or something like that. But still, I only wish I had been given some basic understanding of design, which I believe if student was supposed to have it. So design is not what you call a discipline which have a theories and set of principles that you have to by heart it and follow it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a view to look at problems. So the difference between to invent, to discover, to design. So there are thin lines between them. So to invent is scientific. To discover, it's also scientific. To design is also scientific. Because when you're looking at a design problem, the solutions that you're coming up with is always based on scientific facts and figures. So it's not like design is only aesthetic side of it. Yeah, aesthetic plays a very important role because that's where the other side, right? Emotions.
Yeah, emotions.
Experience. That play. So the colors, everything, right? Why yellow color? You have to have the reason why color.
Everything visual, yeah, right.
Everything visual. So design has a lot of connections to it. So it's not based on a set of theories. So it's a flux. I say it's a flux which builds or brings subjects together. So if I have to design in medical engineering field, I have to design something. The flux is a design and I have to bring that together. Policy making, policy design, it's a subject. I have to bring that together. So only if I had understanding of that flux of design, I could have had a better childhood or better understanding of design. Right. So I believe students should be able to have this understanding of design. At least what is not design.
Yeah.
So even I don't think I can solve the entire problem of the education system. Education system is itself redundant. You know it. It's unfortunately there is no other way. It's being so.
It's complex. I think.
Yeah, it's very complex. Grounded so badly into the earth. It's kind of like its roots are so deep.
Yeah.
That you cannot just take it away. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
So you cannot change that. So at least some changes. So that was my intent while I was approaching this module. So I got into IBM. So now people say, IBM में जाके तो education पे काम क्यों कर रहा है? It's kind of weird.
Right.
So IBM was like super great place because of the people. Oh my God, the people were awesome. So placement, as I told you, like I'll just come with the placement thing. So placement, obviously you have a specific direction, education pe jana hai. You don't get a job.
Yeah.
You don't get a job for that. So I didn't get placed for Baldi. One set placement which happened in campus. And next set of placement happened in Bangalore campus. I went there and I was attending. And the last company of and it was IBM. And I just went for it. I was like, I will attend IBM. I will just do it. So I went and the CDO was interviewing me. And it was a beautiful set of interview, like Sudhindra and Ganesh. Beautiful set of interview. We had a good conversation. And it took a lot of time. I didn't realize it took a lot of time. And by the end of it, I found that they hired me for the internship.
Wow.
And once I got into the company, it's like, they had some rules and regulations with respect to it. And they could not give the live project that was happening. So he pitched me. It's so lucked out again.
Wow.
He pitched me, can you work on this concept of education? And can you design a curriculum for it?
Wow.
Like, dude, that's what I want to do. So there was another person with me, Anakha. She was a beautiful teammate to work with. So we were working together on this project. And we faced with a lot of hardship because we went to schools. They are very rigid in terms of not accepting anything. It's even after me having my own faculties, my own teachers who are being taught there, they're still very rigid about it. And we had to do like a lot of work in terms of like getting the students to talk to us, getting the teachers to talk to us, getting the parents to talk to us. So that was a very big eye-opener thing for me. And one easy thing that I found that a lot of designers out there right now have the same concept of why design is not being taught to students.
Exactly.
And they helped us a lot. They
100%.
helped us a lot. Yeah.
100%.
So we had this conversation. We had a lot of designers people talking to us in a very great length how they could have improved. So that really got us to a lot of observations, insights, and everything. And that's how we came down to curriculum. And we presented it, and it ran pretty well. They loved it, and the framework was not something that has been accepted by CBSE, but still CBSE really did came out with a design for 11th standard student that particular point of time, and I felt very happy about it.
Incredible.
So I'm not sure how they're going to execute it, because it has a lot of pros and cons, because as you know, there are no design teachers available. Our teachers are not design teachers.
Yeah.
So who will teach the teachers about design, right?
Yeah.
So students, they have an understanding of design. No, they don't. They only have YouTube channel like yours and other people who gives them only the very little of what they want to know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a very big problem. It's getting solved recently, but it will take another couple of years to get it done properly, I believe. So that's my thesis, which went pretty well.
It's very interesting, and very right. I mean, even I share the same point of view that why is design not being taught at schools? Like, at least introduce to kar do yaar, because I went for engineering, like did 4 years of my life, went there. And when I think about what I did in the past 2 years and then think about the 4 years that were there, 2010 to 2014, मैंने किया क्या था वहाँ पे? कुछ नहीं, right? So yes, in the same boat there with that thought process. Yeah, same school.
So one of our major work or investment that we did as a team was not only on design, not entirely on design as a subject, but about learning as looking through design as a perspective. So the point here is that how do you know what you're good at? See, remember this very common cartoon which I think Lakshman he only sketched it, I remember. It's like there is a fish in a bowl, there is a monkey, there is an elephant, and the examiner gives who will climb the tree first will give him the best marks. Obviously the monkey is going to win, but the other will not be able to do it.
Yeah.
But the society would want to please try harder, if you're not good enough, do it.
Yeah.
Right. But it's not happening the other way around. So if it is a design subject, and if they are asking you like, music or art or something like a very aesthetic, artistic, self-expression way. But when you are good at that thing, people say, it's okay. What is it about? So people, if you're not good at art or if you're not good at music, it's like, and it's okay. It's just a side subject, not relevant. It's fine.
Yeah.
So that learning as a concept, and when you look back into learning, when did you realize what you're good at? Right? It took me engineering plus my design plus when I got into SDM and the teachings that I learned to know, this is what I have to do. Right? And it's actually a bit of luck, because most people after 12 years of education still don't know what they want to do in life. And most people end their life without even understanding or realizing what is that one potential that they have, which they could have explored better.
Right.
So this is all happens during the 12 years of time. And so it's having a negative thought to it, because if I'm telling, okay, you're good at art, you have to become an artist. He might not be an artist. What his potential would be like. So if you're good at sports, you have to be a sportsman. No. He might be having that skill set in leadership, maybe. He might be having that skill set in team play, maybe.
Yeah.
He might be having that skill set in strategizing or problem solving. So who will get them the understanding that this is what you should focus on, you should evolve.
Right.
That transformation which should have happened in school education is not happening. The Gurukul system, which happened long back, really did solve this problem, because you stay in their house, you look at their behavior, look at their approach to every single thing, and the guru knows what this child is good at. He have this insight because he's staying with that person 24 hours a day. And you should know this basic concept of how attention should be given by the teachers. Maximum of 15 students. That's the maximum that a teacher can give attention to at a point of time. Every class is filled with 40 students or 50 students.
Yeah.
You cannot do that. So it's kind of very obvious, because science have backings to it. This is not going to work, but we still follow it, unfortunately. And design helps you to self-learn, actually. To do it yourself to find that potential. So that is what I felt, design should be introduced in schools and it should be like really taken care of. So,
very incredible, man. I mean, I love talking on this subject, and by far, I've really enjoyed this conversation with you. Like, I mean, it's something very close to me also, and I resonate with that idea. And it's really lovely that I am meeting another person who is, who's done a lot of work already in that direction, which is really, really cool.
I mean, there are lots of things here. So basically, it's like there are lots of studies and research has already been done. It's available to you. It's just that we are so adamant not to follow it. Like in SDM, we have this principle where every module will have a new learning for every year.
Okay.
So if I'm having a service design as a subject, every year the topic covered will be different, which means that the juniors and seniors together have to attend every single subject which is being taught. Yeah, so that's something that is being followed in ID, where they update their curriculum or their system every single time. Even though the deliverables remain the same or sometimes not the same, the teaching differs with respect to time, which is something that we should have that. So, and the jury, the concept of evaluating students. So I can talk about this whole day actually.
I know.
Because learning is like a very big topic. It has something like evaluation, learning, processing, assimilating the thought, how to read. Not everybody is good at reading.
Yeah.
Actually, there are types of like different methods of learning. The methods of reading books. There are actually different methods of reading books. You don't have to read through every sentence of it.
Yeah.
Are they aware of it? So this concept of education is not being introduced to schools as of now. It would be great they could do it. So that's one other reason, why I want to be a teacher or why I want to influence teaching as a profession later on in life.
That's really cool. Yeah. Now, before we close the session, I want to talk to you about the UX designer position that you have at IBM. Now, how did that happen and what do you do at IBM?
As I told, I want to become a teacher. So I consulted with my faculty, it's my guru, and he said there are options to go teach right after masters. Okay. And I said, can I apply for that position? So basically you become a family once you are in SDM because you consult about everything, even your love life, everything.
Yeah.
So I asked the faculty and what to be done. So he said me, what will you teach? You will teach the learnings that you learned. You don't have anything to teach on application basis. Right? You don't know the real world. You don't know how this design actually works in the world. Get a perspective on all those things. Get corporate perspective. Get startup perspective. Get social design perspective. Get a policy design perspective. And then you go and teach. Because the students that you're going to teach will have all the different perspectives, all the needs to the problem. Okay, I want to become a very high-class CEO of a company.
Right.
How will you teach that person? Right. So another thing, as a result of which I really want to be in a corporate and I want to experience what their way of dealing with design is. And user experience design in IBM, it's a beautiful place to be. And it's because of people, because I have told my faculty or the people who hired me, I want to do teaching. Right. It's not like I told them I want to become a UX designer. I want to hear and everything for the next 10, 20 years. No. They accept the fact that, and they help me with it. They teach me things. Even now, some mentors, even though they are not my project managers, they call me. Hey, your workshop is happening. Just come and get into the workshop. It will be great exposure to how to talk to clients and how to talk about design.
Nice.
Wow, nice. That is kind of something that I don't think other they might be. I'm not sure because I'm only aware of IBM. But being an experienced designer in IBM, it helps me a lot. And why an SDMer doing experience design in IBM? That's the question. So it's a good thing because you're increasing your perspectives here, and I'm getting to learn corporate way of design. How quickly you have to deal with the client. यहाँ पे भी बहुत आता है. So I'm not executing as of now because I just joined. I'm learning phase में है. So I'm learning how you're talking to. I'm observing how managers are dealing with the clients, how they are proposing a pitch, how they are. I'm really interested. So my thought is very open, and I can really understand. What is happening there in their mindset. What do they need? What do they want? Two different things. How will I convince them of their need, not their want? So even though at some point you might have to do redundant work like making some PPTs or wireframe just for the sake of it, yes, that's unfortunate as it seems, but it's the other side of the story.
Yeah.
You don't get entire 100% of the juice, right?
Yeah,
you get some seeds also, right?
Right.
So that's how experience design is for me. And yeah, SDM, it gives you a learning platform. You are a learner once you get out of SDM always. So every day you write some articles or you just write some notes. That's one great thing. And one of my seniors who was in SDM, I still remember having this conversation with managers and manager when she just quit the IBM and she's going to a different place. So the clients were like, we need her. We need her.
Right.
I know what she did. See, that's how it should be done. So
right.
It works. You'll have a different mindset. So SDM is not about learning skills, basically, not experience in a skill. How you talk to people, how you interact with people, how you are open to learning new things. I'll still tell you, it's kind of a big thing. I don't know if I should tell this is a YouTube platform, but still, I would still tell you that, while I was being hired for a full-time professional, I didn't know Photoshop, I didn't know XD, I didn't know anything. I was doing design work. So people don't misunderstand if you know XD or Adobe Suite makes you a designer. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
And I learned XD like in 2 days or something. It's not a very big thing. It's a very simple thing. If you put effort into it, you learn it.
Yeah.
But don't evaluate yourself as someone who's good at Adobe Suite or XD makes you a good designer.
Yeah.
And corporate also doesn't believe in that way. You can see I'm myself as an example.
Yeah.
Do good problem, solve the problem, give them perspectives, and you get them looking forward to working